once again. Today, we are starting off the first of the month with an exciting interview, and of course, being suggested by one of her teammates. Guys, help me introduce a woman who's going to be fighting for Fight League Atlantic coming up later on September 20th. Please help me welcome in Miss Nicole McMahon. Nicole, how's it going, girl?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm definitely doing good. Of course, you got a lot of things looking forward to, a lot of great things coming your way. How things have been going lately?
Really good. I'm super excited. We're just a little less than 3 weeks out now from my next MMA fight. So I'm really looking forward to that. And it's here in Nova Scotia, so on my home turf. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely look forward to that. And of course, guys, if you've not got a chance to check out the graphic, I'm going to go show everybody the graphic. If you guys like the Street Fighter slash more combat style, Fight League Atlantic did great with this graphic. Here it is, a fight poster. Does it give you chills? Does it give you adrenaline every time you see that fight poster?
I think that's like, for me, I think those are the best ones yet. I mean, Fight League Atlantic always shows up. They've always got fun themes and posters. And this one's a lot of fun. I know, like, I played Street Fighter and stuff as a kid. So it's pretty cool.
Well, whoever did that, Fight League Atlantic, I think they definitely deserve a raise for sure.
Definitely.
Well, let's go ahead and get things started. So, we all get inspired by what we do best. Me, when it comes to interviewing, you, when it comes to fighting. So, what inspired you to start fighting?
Um, to start fighting, like the journey, it's kind of like a long story, you know. I was like, when I was a kid, I was super shy, so I was never like into like doing sports or anything like that. And I had a lot going on in my life at the time when I started training.
Yeah.
Um, I'm a mom of two kids, and there was um, there was a lot going on that I couldn't control in my life. But there was I also like I had always wanted like a breast reduction like since I was like I don't know in my teens, and
Yeah.
I finally I had gotten approved by a doctor who said that they would cover it through MSI, and all I had to do, he was like, you should probably lose like 20 pounds, you know, so the recovery and results are good. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm a mother now and my body's different. So I was like, I'll agree to, I'll do my best. And then I came in and I had lost like 50 pounds in like just a few months because I really like settled down. There was all these other things happening in my life that I couldn't control, but this was something like I could, you know, I could control what I put into my body, and I could control how I chose to move it. And that's when I started training, and I really fell in love with it, you know, like that's how I lost all that weight so quickly. Because I just threw myself into it. I found something that I really enjoyed and that
Yeah.
worked for me. And then after my surgery, I got into it more competitively.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And of course, we gotta just talk about where you train at, which is, I believe it is Tower One Combat Sports, I believe. And of
Yes.
course, you train with a lot of girls. As a matter of fact, one of the girls suggested you to be interviewed. And of course, we gotta get just to send a shout out to the one and only Miss Sarah Wilson because I was looking for more individuals to be interviewed, and Sarah says, "Well, why don't you interview Nicole?" I was like, "That's a great idea." So my next question to you is, how much has Tower One helped you since you joined them?
Yeah, well, like Sarah Wilson is an incredible competitor, and she doesn't train out of Tower One. She's out in Cape Breton. But I've been out there to visit her, and she's come out to visit us. And the gym like itself is incredible. Like where our coach Gavin Tucker, he's in the UFC. We've got like a really high level room. There's a lot of professional fighters, amateur fighters. I think almost everybody in there is competing in some way or another. And Gavin is his mind for the sport is really something special, and he gives all of that information and guidance to us, which makes us all just like level up so much. And girls out here, like it's hard to find that many like female training partners, and I've been so fortunate in like the last year, especially I've had more regular partners in the gym. Charlene and Kristen are in with me all of the time. And then we've got like a really tight knit group of girls on the East Coast anyways. So like we go and visit each other, like Sarah and stuff like that. So I'm I'm so thankful to have them because it really does make such a difference to have female bodies to train with.
And not to mention that, I mean, don't you just love to get a chance to meet other different fighters, and you can be able to get a chance to not only build a bond, but be able to just to build a friendship with those girls?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, it's so like there's I get that like fighting isn't for everyone and especially like as females. So even like whenever I get like matched up with an opponent, I'm like, I know I'd like her, you know, she's like me, you know, she likes what I like to do. And like that is true because like I mean for my second kickboxing fight, I fought a girl named Jessica and we still talk all the time.
Yeah.
We're like other's biggest fans now. So it's nice to be able to build those bonds where like you can push each other and challenge each other in the ring or the cage, but then like come out and still have that bond after is something special.
At least she's not like most girls where you end up fighting her and it's like she acts like her own crap don't stink, and it's like that's the one thing I hate is like you always end up meeting those individuals that think that they're better than everybody else.
Yeah, there's definitely people like that. I haven't come across any yet. I think that might be fun too because that might build like a fire in you before the fight too. But I don't know. I like people who are respectful. You know.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing with me and the fighting queens. It's like I've been doing this now for about 3 or 4 years, and there's always that one fighter who acts like their own junk don't stink. And I'm like, if I'm getting that vibe, no, I'm good. You have a great day. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I come with respect, I come with peace, but if you're gonna be, trying to be the spotlight, the center of attention, I'm good.
Yeah.
And of course, the one thing I would love to get a chance to talk about next is that when it comes to training, there's a lot of great parts about training, but yet at the same time, there's a lot of times that we struggle with training. So my question to you, from your perspective, what has been the hardest part about training?
You know, I really love like all of like the actual training. Like I love the push. I love those hard days. I live for those. Um, I think the hardest thing is like the outside factors is like the managing my time because like I work full time. I have two kids, you know, and I want to be there for them, but I also need to show up for me as well and my team. Um, so I think that's probably it because like it's just a lot working full time, you know, getting the kids ready for school and stuff. I'm gonna have to do that again soon, and then like trying to like meal prep and do your laundry and everything. There's just like literally not enough time in the day.
Well, and real quick though, I definitely want to get a chance to shout out to yourself and all the moms who are fighting because it's incredible to see a very strong woman like yourself just not only get a chance to have the time to be able to go and train, but yet you got babies to take care of, and they definitely have an awesome mom like you.
Thank you. Yeah, I
That's,
don't know if they see it all right now because right now they're like, I don't want to go to the gym tonight and all that stuff. But I think, you know, when they're older, I think that they'll appreciate it. And it's definitely something that like I wanted to give to them too. Like I do it for me more than anybody else,
yeah,
but them as well because like I just I want I found myself at one point in my life like trying to tell them about how strong and amazing women could be, and then
yeah,
like one day it kind of just clicked and I was like I can be that. I can just show them, you know? So that's kind of like what I'm trying my best to do, and I
yeah.
hope that they see it at some point and appreciate that that's what they came from.
Well, just know that if they don't see it, just know that that supporters like myself and so many others see it, and just know that I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And of course, definitely my next question is that, we all end up having that one go to, whether if it's music, whether if it's reading, anything that we do during our free time to help us motivate for a fight. So, do you ever have like that one go to during fight camp?
I think I listen to like a lot of music and I walk a lot, like every
Yeah.
night. Yeah. So I think that that's pretty much like my thing that I do.
And I definitely want to get a chance to ask this because since you know that I'm a big music nerd, is there any certain artist that you listen to? Is there any certain genre that you listen to?
I have a very eclectic taste, I like to say. Um,
Ooh.
I don't know. I really like a lot of music. I'm not a big fan of like the new like country music. That's pretty much the only thing that I don't really get behind.
The country pop, yeah.
Yeah, but I really like a lot. Like I love like a lot of rap and stuff like that. But I also like love like oldies and like disco and alternative music. I know like there's a band that I always tell people because like I like a lot of their songs, and usually I just kind of like I gravitate towards songs rather than certain artists.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever heard of them, but they're called Rainbow Kitten Surprise, and it's just
Rainbow Kid Surprise.
yeah, it's a strange name, but like their songs are just like super chill. So I like their vibe.
That's a new one for me. I mean,
Yeah.
Joe, you've heard of Godsmack, you've heard of Three Doors Down, but never Rainbow Kid Surprise. That's a new one for me, and I will definitely have to look them up after we
You
get done with
should.
this interviews. Oh my, that's a new one for me. That is a very new one. I'm sorry, but like,
I
I,
figured it would be. That's why I'm like, nobody ever lets me like be the DJ because I've got all kinds of different things going on.
it's like you go into the gym and it's like your teammates look at you and go, Nicole, what is this? And then you just have like this brightest face, like, oh, it's Rainbow Kid Surprise.
Yeah. Surprise.
Oh my, it's kind of crazy. I would definitely have to look them up because, like, with me, it's like I'm a very big music nerd myself. And anytime, what if it was like training or just in general, my biggest go to was always been like the rock or like the country, not today's country, but of course, mid 2000s country. And, here lately, I've been on like a Shine Down kick as of late. That's all I've been listening to is nothing but Shine Down. Either it's Shine Down, old school 3 Days Grace because I don't like the new stuff, or just a little bit of everything in general.
Yeah.
Well, of course, I definitely want to get a chance to ask this next question, and you know what? This is the one thing I love to get a chance to just talk about when it comes to how much the sport made an impact on us. And you know what? Some fighters they'll tell you how much of an impact the sport has made on us, whether if it's in a physical way. But to me, and of course, with this now being the start of September, you know, mentally, this sport has made a tremendous impact in so many ways. So my question to you is, how much has the sport helped you out mentally?
Oh, it's definitely been like huge. Like I feel like I have like a mind that's always running, you know. Um, Definitely like an overthinker, and like even like when I started, I think that's the reason why I fell in love with it so quickly is because like you can't think of anything else when you're in there except for your like combos and trying not to get hit in the head, you know. So yeah, to have that time where my mind gets to have a break and stop thinking about everything else is has just been huge. So it's kind of like a place of peace, even though it's like so violent.
Well, the one thing I definitely want to encourage, and it's something I do in all my interviews, that for anybody that's watching this live or will watch this once when it gets posted, if you're struggling, first of all, please go get the help. And second of all, it's okay to not be okay because, in this time in the world, we struggle with a lot on the mental aspects of things. And of course, now that September has arrived, it is Suicide Awareness Month. So, please, for anybody that's watching this, go and give fighting a opportunity. And you don't even have to train to be a fighter. You can just go train for exercise. But the
Yeah.
one thing I can say is that it doesn't matter where you go, whether if it is at Tower One, whether if it's in Nova Scotia, whether if it's here in West Virginia. It doesn't matter where you go to, whether if it's boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA. It doesn't matter where you go. Just go and do something. Get yourself out of that mindset and go and be a part of a different gym. What if you're not being loved by your own family? Then for goodness sake, you're going to be loved by any family that, as far as the gym that you walk into. Am I right, Nicole?
Oh, it's so true. You know, it can be an intimidating space to walk into if you're not used to it. But like the first thing you'll realize is that like the people in there are like literally the nicest people that you'll ever meet in your life, and they just want to encourage you in any with all of your goals, you know. So yeah, I think it's definitely a great space to be in. I know for me, my gym is we are literally a family. So I have those people, and like even
Oh,
like they don't know different things that like I've been through at different spaces in my life, but like they've been there, they've been showing up for themselves as
We're having some.
well. My son keeps calling me.
Honestly, yeah, I would put your phone on do not disturb at the moment.
Second, I will.
I believe somebody is trying to call her, so just give us one moment at a second, guys. And guys, if you guys have any questions, please send them down in the comment section. We would love to get a chance to answer the chat at the moment. But of course, one thing I can definitely say is that with it being this month, it's a very serious month because it is Suicide Awareness Month. I encourage anybody to go and check out anybody that is struggling to go and just shine a light. And that's the only thing I would definitely do. It's just incredible. All right, got. All right, welcome back,
Sorry.
and of course, hey, you're perfectly fine. But I couldn't get a chance to understand. You just cutting it out. So talk about how much of a family that Tower One has been to you.
Yes, sorry. They yeah, so yeah, my gym, it is like a family, and like even like that they don't know like all of like the different like hardships that I've like always like gone through at different spaces in my life, but them showing up there for themselves is also like showing up for me, because I have like this space that I can go to where I can let go of all of that, so to them just being there and being available to me to go train has been like a huge part of like my mental health and everything, and I'm so grateful to have them to because I'm there like 6 days a week. These are
Yeah,
people I see all of the time, and we might not be involved in like all of each other's work lives and all like this stuff, but like that's like a consistent. It's a consistent point for me,
yeah.
and I know I can count on them. So
And you best believe that outside of the gym, you definitely have a lot of people that can count on you, or you can count on us because I've been doing this page now and this interviewing stuff for about 3 to 4 years, and I myself struggle with mentally. I'm currently taking depression meds, unfortunately, and going to therapy. But the one thing that has never let me give up is the fact that I see you women go out there and kill it the way you do. It's like you're an inspiration inside the cage, and of course, having this interview, you're definitely an inspiration outside the cage for not only just being a fighter, but for being a mom. And of course, before we get to my next question, I just want to say I'm proud of you, and just keep shining your light because you don't know how much of an impact you're making, girl.
thank you. That means a lot.
You definitely deserve it for sure. And I'll get ready to pull up my questions once again. Is that at the end of the day, we all end up talking about looking back the first fight. Sometimes the first fight may not go as well as planned, but yet what happened in that last fight, and how have you motivated yourself afterwards?
It was like I'm super grateful for the experience still because like that came up like we had 3 weeks notice on it, but this was just after I had completed almost a full camp for another fight that fell through, and like that was like a consistent thing for me is like that I've been looking for these opportunities, but there's not like a lot of girls in the sport, so it's hard to find matchups and everything. So like a lot happens and you end up working a lot and you don't really get to test it. So even like going out there and not getting my hand raised, like for me, I can say that that was a better experience than not getting the opportunity to do it at all.
Yeah,
Because like that's what I'm there for. Like at the end of the day, I'm not there to win everything. I'm there to challenge myself, and I think that I'm so grateful for it because it was like who gets to like fly out and just to go do like your favorite thing, you know? I it was a super special experience, and I had like some of my team came out with me, like some of my day one people who've been there for me, like Jake and Sam and Kristen and Charlene came out to watch. So it was super incredible, and I got the opportunity to learn a lot, you know. And I faced like another girl who's like me, and she was a great competitor, super tough, and yeah, I'm super grateful for that experience. I'm glad I have so much to build on now going into this next one.
And of course, definitely want to get just talk about is that we all end up having goals that we want to get a chance to accomplish, some goals that we want to get a chance to achieve. Is there any goals that you'd love to get a chance to accomplish as far as your fight career?
Right now, I think I'm just like taking it one step at a time. You know, I'm looking forward to this next one, and then like I just want to be able to keep doing this and keep challenging myself, like as long as my body will let me, and
Yeah,
like win or lose, you know, even with like the last one where I didn't get my hand raised, like I try to remind myself, because I've had like lots of things in my life not go the way that like I imagined them, like, but I think that that's something you need to be grateful for too, because like how lucky am I to know who I am, even when I don't get what I want, you know?
yeah.
So I'm still here and I'm still showing up, and that's what I'm gonna always do.
Yeah, and of course, the reason why we're here, of course, you have a very big fight coming up for Fight League Atlantic. Coming up, you're taking on Miss Hannah Slater, and this is for Fight League Atlantic coming up on September 20th. Talk about the mindset. I mean, what's something that you're focusing on as we're less than, I believe, a couple weeks away from this big fight.
We're sharpening the tools. We're going hard, you know, in the gym. I've got my girls pushing me. Super grateful for that. So I'm just really trying to enjoy the journey, you know, and
Yeah.
uh, and then I'm looking forward to that moment.
And guys, if you want to get a chance to go and show some love to Nicole and her opponent Hannah, make sure you guys go and follow Fight League Atlantic on Instagram. They have a great card coming up for you guys on September 20th. A lot of great things in store on that night, so make sure you guys check them out. Now, of
Their
course,
pay-per-view is amazing too. I don't know if you've ever watched any of their shows.
yeah, I'll say I'll definitely have to check that out. I mean, enjoyed not only just looking at the match graphic, but of course everything that they're doing is just very very incredible. And of course, I want to get just to shout out to Fight League Atlantic first of all, and second of all, the fact that we have a banger of a fight between you and Hannah is just it makes it all worth it.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Now, of course, what this is my final question, and my question is, are you ready for this one?
Yes, I'm
All
always.
right.
You stay ready. You don't gotta get ready.
Hey, I like that. I like that mentality. I like that mentality because most fighters would be like, sure, but I like that. I like that. Let's. So, at the end of the day, we all want to be recognized for something that we do in the sport. Me, I just want to be recognized without the stutters as that one cheesy interviewer. But for you as a fighter, you want to be recognized for something different. So, my question to you is, what's something you want to be recognized for during your time in fighting?
Um, I don't know. I'm always like I'm drawn to the I'm like drawn to like the dogs, you know, like Tony Ferguson's like one of my favorite fighters of all time. It's been hard to watch the fall for sure, but I mean like to watch someone like almost get their arm ripped off and then like keep going, you know, that's what I would want people to see me as, like just like that person who's just going to keep pushing, like you can't stop her.
And I believe hey, I like that mentality because nobody can stop you, especially with the mindset that you got going on. And I believe for me personally, is that for getting a chance to talking to you, for getting a chance to know you, it's like you have this mindset of never giving up. It doesn't matter if you're the underdog or if you're the big dog going to this fight. It doesn't matter what you are, because to me, at the end of the day, it's like you and Hannah have something in common. You both love to fight. And that's something I think that the crowd and Fight Atlantic should be excited for. I believe it's anybody that's watching the pay per view should be excited for. That's the fact that we get a chance to see women like yourself on this card.
Thank you. Yes, I'm excited about it too. I hope that we have women on all of the cards coming up.
And we need more women on the cards. We and like women, if you're fighting, we need y'all on this card or many more cards because and I've been talking about this a lot, is that anytime if it's an amateur fight or if it's a pro fight, you're gonna get your money's worth. I believe 559 had a FEMA fight being the fight of the night, which is incredible too. And
The
I
girls
believe.
always bang. I find like the girls are always like the best fights on the cards.
Oh yeah, they always are. It's like I tell people all the time. It's like anytime if you get ready to watch a girl fight, they're gonna have you on the edge of your seats. They're gonna make sure that women are not only just known for being pretty and all this other stuff, but they can go out there and they can fight just like the guys can.
Yeah.
And of course, I gotta say this. Get ready for cheesy Jake, but for having you on here, first of all, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. First of all. Now, do you care if I promote your Instagram so that way people can get a chance to go on there and follow you?
No, yeah, of course.
All right, guys, if you guys want to get a chance to follow her, go follow her on Instagram at nicole.m.stardust. She definitely deserves 1,000 followers. She definitely deserves more than 1K followers for sure. She is a one of a kind soul, an amazing soul. And guys, I'm telling you, I'm very excited for this fight coming up on September 20th. Go to her post, go spam her with love because as a woman in sport, we all need the love. We all need some sort of love. And I can say this before we get to my final comments is that I'm very, very proud of you. I'm very honored the fact that you're here. It doesn't matter if you're an amateur because it's the start of something beautiful that you're doing. And I want to tell you, keep that mindset up. Keep your head up no matter if it's the good days or the bad days. Your babies are looking up to you. Anybody that's surrounding you, that is trained with you, that has had the presence to get a chance to know you, are looking up to you as well. And I'm very honored to get a chance to call you my friend and honored the fact that you're here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And I mean, if anytime you want to chat, I love talking about fighting.
I mean, hey, before we had this interview going, you told me that you was gonna love to get a chance to chat. I mean, here we are. I mean, I believe 9:30/8:30. I mean, here we are chatting. It's like the best coffee in the morning is talking about nothing but fighting, even though I'm drinking a Monster.
Yeah, no, it's true. What better way to start the day?
Especially on the first of the month. And, you ever hear that? That just sounds like wake up. It's the first of the month. You ever hear that? This sounds like wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Well, we're starting things off on here, so I'm very, very excited, guys. And your course, Nicole, thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you for being such a very amazing woman who is getting ready to shine her light coming up on September 20th.
Thank you so much, and thanks for, giving a platform for women in this sport.
Well, it's like I said before. I mean, I don't deserve the thank yous because at the end of the day, it's like you women deserve all the thank yous. It's like if I could have every single flower to give to you ladies, I would definitely give them because, real and truly, the reason why I've always done the Fighting Queens, and all the interviews, the fact that you ladies have a story to share. You ladies have an amazing story. You shine your light. It's not only just for looking sexy, looking pretty, and all this other stuff, but it's to go in there, be able to be a warrior both inside and outside the cage, and what's inspired men like me. And I'm very honored that this platform is being made. Guys, go and show Nicole some love. You guys will see her, and of course, it should be tagged in the post later on today. And guys, that will do it here as far as the Fighting Queens interview. Nicole, once again, thank you so much. And of course, if you guys are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, click that subscribe button, click that notification bell. If you're following Nicole, make sure you guys go do at nicole.m.stardust on Instagram. If you're following the Fighting Queens, go and follow the Fighting Queens as well. But until then, we have another interview coming up. But until then, for Nicole, I'm Jake, not from State Farm, saying so long, and we'll definitely see you guys next time.
Bye.